Welcome to Surviving the Aftermath. I'm probably a bit late to the party, but it seems like a fun game to play, so I'm going to play anyways. I don't expect that this will be a very long series, since the game is still in its very early stages of early access, but I'm very certain that I will revisit the game from time to time. I should say that I did enjoy Fallout 4 quite a bit, mostly due to the building of the bases, which is kind of funny since this is almost like a game set in such a setting, but about colony building. So I have watched Catherine play the game, and I've also played a little bit of the game myself, and it seems quite enjoyable so far. It does remind me a little bit about Banished. I guess that's kind of its own standard for this genre of games by now. But it also has the role-playing elements that I enjoyed from games like Frostpunk and so forth. Anyways, you probably know what you're watching anyways, and you've probably seen it on other channels. If not, then welcome to this channel, and welcome to seeing the game for the first time. But with all that said, let's just dive in. I'm going to disable the tutorial. I've already played through most of that, so... environment. There are only a few who remember the spark that started it all. A chain reaction of global catastrophes wiped out most of the planet's population and made people turn against each other. Those who are left must now survive the aftermath in this post-apocalyptic world. The game is difficult enough as it is, especially for me who have only played it for an hour or two, so we're going to go with the easy settings. We can try harder in later playthroughs, although I'm not making any promises. I usually prefer to play on normal to easy settings. So catastrophes. In the wake of the events, resulting extreme weather conditions and other calamities became a normal part of everyday life. We'll go with the worst has passed, time to rebuild. Resources. Everyone has their breaking point. Eventually, it's not enough just to survive through the day. People need hope, and there finally is some. It has been a long road to get here, but that which was before can now be left in the past. Hope, yeah, that definitely reminds me about Frostpunk. We'll just go with the indestructible bunker collapsed, which gives us plentiful starting resources. Survivors. The people around you are the thin red line which keeps the group alive. They are far from perfect, but everyone has made it this far. You can trust them with your life, and they trust you with theirs. We'll go with the hardened individuals who will thrive in this world, which gives us 8 adults and 4 children. And then the challenge. These survivors will face challenges both large and small, some caused by bandits, others because of their own actions. There are also other societies in the world that won't hesitate to strike back if you look at them the wrong way. We'll go with the some challenges are to be expected, with easy exploration and scattered bandit groups. Gatekeeper. Life is unfair, but sometimes it feels like you are not alone, whether it is an invisible guardian or just pure fate. But it sure feels like someone is watching over us. So let's go with one here as well. These two actually have the same amount of difficulty. So the path is challenging, but worth the risk. Architect, lenient and helpful. Visuals. I'm gonna go with a blue flag. And I hope they add more emblems, because this really isn't enough. Let's go with the crown. The colony name should be Wyvtopia. And the colony motto, well, for the God Emperor Of course, we're referring to God Emperor Wyv, not the God Emperor in Warhammer. Your group is ready to settle down and unite under a new flag in the colony named Wyvtopia. So there's the summary, and start game. Environmental stations can deal with the pockets of contamination and free up more land for building. So, here we are. 12 colonists are homeless. We need to build more shelters for them. But first of all, we need to move the work areas to start collecting food as quickly as possible, and also to start collecting stuff like planks and concrete. Then we can build a few emergency shelters, I think. Put one here. Those I'm going to replace fairly quickly with the regular tents. Not sure if I place that there, can I build a road? I can. Interesting. Also, let's play on speed 2. These types of games usually involve a fair amount of waiting, so I really like the graphics style. The music also is very soothing and nice. Okay, so we have homes for the colonists now. We probably should build some fields. Let's build 2 fields. They've already depleted one of the berry bushes. This one will set to potatoes, and this one will set to corn, so that we have one long-growing crop, or rather slow-growing crop, and one normal growth rate, with different yields, of course. 2 deposits depleted. That's the berry bushes, so we'll move the work area down here. And we should also build another water well. I don't know how close the wells can be built to one another. Like, are these circular rings like the extension of when a water well produces less water? No idea. Let's build that there. And well, it's a fair distance to get to a lake, so I don't think we'll be gathering any fish anytime soon. Let's collect stuff up here. Okay, so if you control click and scroll with the mouse wheel, you can also increase the work area or reduce it if you want to. Let's set it to the maximum and have them collect up there. We also want to build a recycler so we can get plastic and fiber. Let's build this one here. And a scrapper so that we can get metal. That's metal too. Excellent. Bit uncertain about that placement because I'm worried that they can't move past the pile of metal. Though they seem to be walking over there, so sure, let's build that there, behind our lovely little bunker. We need to move the work area over here. We can add more workers, but at the moment we don't have that many people in our colony, so we should be careful with colonist management. Berries have been depleted. There's nuclear waste around the area. Need to find more berries. So not there then. We also should build a sawmill. And that's a rather substantial building in terms of size. We can build that there. We also should build a forester. Just trying to gauge where the end of that building is. Yep. Let's build that there. We can also build some roads going down here. There we go. We probably should build a water tower as well. This one is done, so we can move the work area and increase the size of it so that it... Well, actually, let's finish this pile of scrap first before we start having people going all the way over there. Put this on low priority since I want those to be done first. I think people are mostly asleep at the moment. Some of them are hanging out, doing something here, waving or flailing their arms around. Colonist is suffering from serious mutations. Cure the colonist in a medical facility. Now that's unfortunate. We probably need to build a medical facility to stop that from happening. Okay, so this place up here is not ideal. Guess we'll build it there then. Put it on high priority. Okay, so let's move the work area for the forester here. And we'll take the work area for the sawmill here. We definitely need more people, so we need to get the gate up and running as quickly as possible. But before we can do that, we need to finish up the medical facility, and we need a lot more planks before we can even consider building the gate. Not a lot, but 20, 15, 15, 5. So we need more plastic, which we're getting from that one. The scavenger. No, the recycler. This needs more metal. Doesn't appear that the priority thing is working perfectly. Unless this water tower needed something that this already had full on. I'm noticing that OBS is reporting that my FPS is less than ideal. Like it's jumping between 45 and 52. And I am trying to record this at 60 FPS, so I hope there isn't too much frame dropping going on in the actual video. Nighttime again, so some of the people are heroically building roads in the middle of the night. How is our food reserves? Not ideal. We will get more food from these fields eventually, but we certainly can't feed our colonists based on berry foraging. Her name was Brooklyn, I think. There we go. And exactly the same thing happened this time as when I was playing on my own. The sick person was the one who became the doctor. Okay, let's build this gate thing. We're gonna need more metal for it, but we can take Brooklyn out of here and put her in here instead for the time being, so that we get more metal quicker. It's a long way to the berries, that for sure. There's a lot of them up here, but and out here, but it's still a long way to go. What did the tents require to build? 2 planks and 5 plastic each. We only have 1 carrier at the moment. Guess we could turn off the forester. We don't need the forester at the moment. Colonist Harry is infected, which means we'll need to take her out and put her back in here. And the colonist wants to talk. It's something about a landfill. Dumpster diving. 2 colonists approach you with sparkling eyes. An old landfill has been found, probably by the stench. It is not too far from here. Although the smell is absolutely awful, it might have kept scavengers away from there until now, and valuable stuff might still lie among the waste. An expedition might prove lucrative, but most definitely dangerous without any equipment. An extra layer of clothing and a set of tools will go a long way in keeping the colonists safe and efficient. So we can give them 2 clothes and 2 tools. Yeah. Let's do that. The 2 colonists return, smelling more foul than you ever thought possible. The expedition hit a few snags along the way, and one of them rather unsurprisingly caught some sort of a disease. They didn't come back entirely empty-handed, but both are visibly disappointed by their haul. So we got 1 colonist infected and 12 plastic. Yay. It's something, I suppose. Building style of the gate in particular reminds me of Fallout 4. Well, I'm not really sure about the efficiency of this gate, since climbing this fence doesn't seem like a major endeavor. Survivors are seeking shelter. We get 3 adults 0 children, 10 fish, 5 something, worms, I guess, 5 clothes, and we'll also get Platy, which is an interesting name for someone who is from a Nordic country, because this is a great Nordic adventurer who claims to have been the Empress of Sweden before the apocalypse. I didn't know that Sweden was an empire. She's an enthusiastic city designer who would not mind taking her troops into great wars. She also claims to have been part of a wizarding cult and to have helped aliens dominate the galaxy. A very talented person indeed. Yeah. I'd have to agree to that one. What are you guys doing over in Sweden with wizarding cults and aliens dominating the galaxy? You need to check in on your royal family, guys. Okay, so this is since it says coming, I guess that skill isn't used yet. She has 2 points in exploration, 1 point in attack, 3 points in research, 3 points in scavenge, and 2 points in recovery, and I have absolutely no clue whether or not or what these numbers represent. I assume that a higher number is better than a low one, since it says that her specialty is being a scavenger, and scavenge is 3. So we'll accept these. That's mighty fine work you've done here. Not many people manage to stick together like this, but you. Maybe this will turn out okay after all. Yeah, let's build a few tents. One, 2. Do this back to back. 4. And then we can also build roads around them. And let's send Platy off right away. So there's a farm where we can salvage some jerky. Food is definitely something that we well, we have 67, but they are harvesting the corn. Let's add a person here. We have 4 carriers at the moment. I want to replace these emergency shelters with actual tents. Four out of 6 occupants, 3 out of 6 occupants, and all of these are full. Just have to wait for the next day so that we don't leave them without a bed, because I intend to tear these down. Deposit depleted. can send her back into here. Now she has 32. Perfect. And then we can salvage. And then we can start building proper tents for these people. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also build some roads around them. We go. And then there's a commotion in the camp. Someone's yelling inside a tent. Uneven ground. Suddenly, muffled cries for help are coming from one of the shelters. You rush in to look what's going on there. Instead of a colonist, you find a large hole in the middle of the floor. The shelter was apparently built on top of a small sinkhole, which gave in and swallowed one of the inhabitants. A makeshift ladder should help getting the colonist out without injuries. We can actually be that nasty and just tell the colonist to just climb back up, but of course we're going to build a makeshift ladder. You order a nearby colonist to fetch planks from the stockpile. Together you fashion a set of crude but functional ladders to lower down the sinkhole. The fallen colonist climbs up, rattled but otherwise unscathed. The hole is filled and carefully covered to prevent any future surprises. 4 happiness. Well, that's nice. Let's move the work area a bit further up. As soon as we've completed these two, we can tear down the emergency shelter. There we go, salvage this. And let's send her back with the resources, and then let's explore up here. Let's build a few more tents, since they are rather cheap, and then we won't have to bother or worry about tents when we get more colonists. We can pause these two. Build a road around, like that, and then just cancel the construction. There we go. I'm not sure what to do. We have to go out here. What's this? Components. Okay. Let's send her there. Meteor shower. Before the apocalypse, people said that when you see a shooting star, you can make a wish and it'll come true. It is hard to believe, because nowadays when you see a shooting star, we always hope to live through the day, but it never works. Sky turns red as burning rocks fall through the atmosphere. Intense showers of deadly objects plummet towards the colony and cause widespread damage. Larger meteorites might hit buildings and make serious damage. Reserve enough construction materials for repairs, have enough carriers at hand to do the repairs, and build better shelters to keep your colonists safe. Well, yay. That'll happen in 2 days. I'm glad this one is almost done, because it would be annoying to lose the crops. Okay, so we have a merchant. They'll give us 25 berries for 15 planks. We'll accept that offer. Thank you for this commercial opportunity. I'll be sure to visit again soon, the trader shouts as he packs the van and drives away. We certainly could use more carriers at the moment. Things are just being left in the streets. Also, there is all of the stuff down here. Oh, they don't have any berries to collect at the moment. Let's collect over here instead. How is this thing? We're not collecting... Oh, that's sawmill. You've also depleted everything. Move the work area down here then. She's done, so we'll send her back in. No idea what we need these components for, but we'll find out soon enough. Harvesting is going on. Excellent. Probably could use more water. Let's build a well there. Burial pit. A modest burial pit where colonists are buried after their earthly struggles finally end. Having a decent final resting place for those who passed away gives some comfort to the living. Destroying the pit will cause a happiness penalty to the entire colony. It's rather big as well. If we build a road all the way down here, and then along the gate, you're done. There are 4 left, so you can go scout there. Then I'm guessing it's okay to have a burial pit before someone dies, rather than afterwards. probably also could use a tailor and a tool shop at some point. Colonists want to talk. They've seen something interesting. Looting local. A couple of your colonists have spotted some sort of a vehicle stuck down a deep crevice. It might still have some useful stuff left inside of it, but climbing down without proper gear will be dangerous. They want to try it nonetheless, claiming it will surely be worth the effort. We don't know. I don't think we should take the risk, so I'm going to decline that. You argue that there are too many unknown factors climbing down without proper equipment and training. There might not even be anything in there, so leave it be. The colonists seem displeased by your decision. -2 happiness to colony. That's an acceptable... They are neither sad nor happy, so that seems fine. However, I think that's a good spot to end the episode, so I hope you all enjoyed it so far. And please leave comments on your thoughts and so forth. And I will see you all next time.